So today we're going to talk about Burn. Where to start? I think the first idea for the story came from when we were traveling. We were lucky enough to go to New Zealand, and there we met a forest guide who told us about the big forest fires that would sweep through the local woodland, and how important those forest fires were for the regeneration of life in New Zealand. As the fire swept through the forest and burnt everything up, it provided a lot of nutrients in the soil, so new life could grow, and then new animals would come, and so the cycle would continue. And I think that idea of fire both destroying and yet creating stuck with me. But then how to make that into a story. Years afterwards, we lived in Poland, and we spent time in the Tatra Mountains, and up there, amongst these amazing peaks, the idea finally took shape. And once I had Yannick, who was based on a real guy who we met in the mountains. I don't mean he was real in that he had a ghost inside him. I mean that he was just a real guy who worked in a place. The idea kind of came into being. Now, the emotional motivation, or what drives Yannick, that's kind of personal. I think a lot of people have been through somebody they love getting older and weaker, and beginning to lose their abilities, how quick their mind is, and how terrible that is. And that led to the stories of Yannick with his grandfather. My granddad used to take me on lots of walks exploring nature, and we would talk a lot, and it was wonderful. The Shadow Man, that part of it came from, actually it was a dream, about this kind of darkness that I guess lives inside of everybody when you want something good, but that part of you that wants it to go bad or makes it go bad. There's a Hindu god that always interested me greatly, Shiva, the creator and destroyer. And I think it's that binary but oppositional nature is really interesting. So Burn was my way of trying to address that and talk about it. Now, the ending of Burn, at the beginning, I had a very kind of depressing ending that Yannick was to die when he jumped off the hotel, and then the cycle started again with his dark part of him waking up in the curtains. And so it's kind of a time loop. Instead, we wanted something a bit more positive with a bit more hope, and that's why we have the ending of Yannick being freed from the water. So even though everything is destroyed, there is hope at the end of it. But of course, that dark part of him still remains in that time loop. And I guess for me, that's cause and effect, that time doesn't only go forwards, it also goes backwards, if you know what I mean. That's a bit weird, but I know what I mean. Anyway, that's Burn. Yeah, all right. I'll talk to you later.